The Ganga is a lifeline for the over 400 million people who live along her banks and in the Ganga basin. But experts say the Ganga, the mother of all rivers, is dying. If we allow this to continue, in a few decades, the impact of a dead river, even in parts of the size and scale of the Ganga, could manufacture a man-made catastrophe. Unless we reverse the current trend, the Ganga will begin to look like this. Millions who depend on the mother river will face hunger and disease. The Ganga has been revered for centuries, but soon there may be nothing left that is sustainable and sacred. NDTV and Terry decided to conduct a scientific study to arrive at an objective measure of just how bad the situation really is.
We will be taking 1 liter sample and pouring in different bottles. So this is a sample which already has a reagent, and this bottle will actually help in analyzing for heavy metals. We have back calculated from our departure timings so that within 24 hours the sample reaches the lab. So as soon as we sample, we will put ice and the gel packs in it so that the desired temperature is maintained.
We traveled the entire length of this great river, from its pristine source in Gangotri all the way down to the Bay of Bengal, meticulously testing the levels of water pollution along the way. The entire experiment took more than a year. And now, in a series of 5 documentaries on the Ganga, we are ready to share the results of the year's work. This is where the Ganga's journey finally ends, a journey that began way up in the Himalayas at Gaumukh at the Gangotri glacier. As she traversed several states, was a lifeline for crores and crores of people to finally end here at Ganga Sagar in West Bengal as the Ganga finally enters the Bay of Bengal. Many of the findings of our tests are shocking, yet in the results there is still reason for hope. Hope that this great river might live again and nurture all forms of life, like this rare but wonderful glimpse of dolphins in Bihar. Ironically, at the very time that we watched the priest perform the most beautiful aarti in Varanasi, we also held in our hands the first lab results of the waters taken from right in front of them. The priests would be devastated if they knew that the water they use for their aarti has extremely high levels of coliform, including fecal coliform, caused not only by open defecation along the banks of the Ganga, but also by the deliberate and conscious pumping of toilet waste into the Ganga. The global norm for fecal coliform in water states that it should be close to 0 parts per liter. Our tests show the water in Varanasi has 600 million parts of coliform and fecal coliform per liter. Put simply, the water used in each aarti carries unacceptably high levels of feces, bacteria and disease. It's not even worth bathing in.
गंगा गंदगी होने में सबसे बड़ा जिम्मेदार हम सब हैं। गंगा में पूजन की सामग्री या घर में जो भी शीशा फीसा जो भगवान की तस्वीर कैलेंडर जो भी हम लोग लगाते हैं, वो तस्वीर को धर्म के दृष्टिकोण से गंगा नदी में प्रवाहित करते हैं। इसमें हम सबों का सबसे बड़ा जो कहा जाए गलती कहा जाए या जो कहा जाए वो जिम्मेदार कहा जाए हम ही लोग हैं। हम सबों को एक बार जागरूक होना होगा। जो कि गंगा जी में ये इस प्रकार की पॉलीथीन, कैलेंडर और जो भी पूजन सामग्री है इसको गंगा में ना डालें। इसमें क्या विचार, इसमें तो मैंने सबको जागरूक जब तक नहीं होंगे, चाहे वो फैक्ट्री वाले हो, चाहे अपने हम लोग हों, या जो श्रद्धालुगण हैं जो गंगा से प्रेम रखते हैं, गंगा आरती में बैठते हैं, गंगा पूजन पर ज़्यादा मैंने रुचि दिखाते हैं, सबों को जागना होगा। बिना जागे हुए गंगा साफ स्वच्छ नहीं हो सकती।
On top of this, our lab results show that after the Ganga water has filtered inland and extracted by hand pumps for everyday use, it contains mercury levels which are 3 times more than the medically permissible limit.
So we get indication that there is some problem.
The mercury level is highest in Allahabad, which frankly is something that's a bit baffling, because I don't know where that mercury is coming from. But it's something that has to be investigated, and we need to get to the root of it. In the case of Varanasi, there's a huge amount of evidence that sewage is getting not only into the Ganga, but also the groundwater stream.
If the Ganga is the ultimate symbol of India, it's no exaggeration to say we are killing her softly but deliberately.